What's going on, everyone? It is your boy, MMA Reloaded. Damn, it's good to be back online. It's good to be back on the mic. And that's exactly where we are, man. We're on the mic for episode 36 of MMA Reloaded on the mic. You know what I'm saying? It ties, it goes so well together, man. It sounds so good. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not been on the air in a hot minute, in a real hot minute. I'll say in about 2 weeks, I haven't been on the air. Yeah, folks. I had a lot of problems with my account, with MMA Reloaded account, folks. A lot of problems with social media. I got hacked. So, fuck that though. Fuck that. We're here. We're live and direct. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this is how we do business. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to everyone who's joined, wherever you're joining from. This is your boy right here, man. This is MMA Reloaded. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 36 of MMA Reloaded on the mic. And joining me here today, and this is, you may remember I did a show with the Cage Steel boss, Dominic Gibbs, and this is on our road now, folks. We are 3 weeks away. Yeah, 17 days to be precise. Count them down, man. Count them down tomorrow. Give me 16. Day off, like, gonna be 50, 40, 30, 12, 11, 10, and then it's fight week. You know what I'm saying? We are 17 days down now till Cage Steel 26. Folks, we're 3 nights away from Almighty Fighting Championship. We're just removed from Cage Warriors 126. This is a beautiful time. If you're in the UK to be an MMA fan, this shit, look, bro, it give me goosebumps, Pete. It is giving me goosebumps, literally, ladies and gentlemen, because Cage Steel 26 is live and direct, August 21st from the Doncaster Dome. If you want tickets, they are, just click the link in our bio, folks. On Instagram, the link is in the bio to buy your Cage Steel tickets. And bro, just go there and you'll be a part of history because the fans are back in attendance. The motivation, that brings motivation back, that brings morale up. Yeah, even though COVID is still alive, not as well as it used to be, but still alive. Yeah, the fans are back though, and it's time to put on a show, and it's time to sort of bring and inject that essence of normality back into UK mixed martial arts. So, folks, the hunger is still the same. Everyone wants to fight. Everyone wants to go one-on-one. You've been out of this game for 18 months. Most guys have found a way to fight during COVID. But most guys have been out of the game for 18 months, can't even train. They've only started training recently as the gyms have opened. So, as that has gone down, yeah, it brings so much more excitement to when things like Cage Steel and Almighty and the regional promotions can come back so you can see your favorite amateurs, your favorite professionals here in the UK go one-on-one. And that is the way it's going to be August 21st. I will be there live and direct, and Almighty Fighting Championships, I will be there too, folks, but in September. So I'll be there September the 18th. I am sponsoring Almighty Fighting Championship, folks. I am glad to be sponsoring Almighty. There was a lot of, I would say, a lot of things, folks, here that go along with this, and I want to thank Dominic Gibbs, the owner of Cage Steel, and I want to thank the guys at Cage Steel, man. The fighters, it's always a pleasure to sit with these guys, man. It's always a pleasure. It's like, bro, I'm sitting with my friends, I always keep in touch. I love to keep in touch with them. They're great guys overall, man. Both Dominic Gibbs and Ray Thompson, the owner of Almighty FC. Folks, today and tonight's episode, folks, I will be sitting once again with Tom Viking Crosby. Now, folks, Tom the Viking Crosby, one of the UK's most battle-tested fighters. As his experience grows, so does his, so does that, um, that mindset change as well, folks. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a win or a loss, he went to after K Steel 25, folks. If you do follow Tom Crosby and you aren't a UK fan, after K Steel 25, he went to Sweden. He fought Hakan Foss for the superior fighting championships, welterweight title. So he went to Superior FC, fought for the welterweight title against Hakan Foss, lost that fight. Yeah, folks, and he comes off that draw at K Steel 25 and the loss at Superior. So we're going to talk about that, folks. We're going to talk about a hell of a lot more going into K Steel 26. And we're going to get to know what Tom Crosby is thinking, folks. It's going to be it's always a pleasure chatting to him. But I want to also take that time out to say thank you to everybody who sort of stuck by me during my time whilst MMA Reloaded was restricted. It is frustrating, you know what I'm saying, because it's just one of them things, But fuck that. I don't know why I keep bringing that up. But folks, Bellator 263, yeah, Bellator 263 was an event that millions of fans had their eyes on. AJ McKee was that reason why, and AJ McKee he went into Bellator 263 as the number 5 pound for pound fighter in Bellator. He went into Bellator 263 17-0, with all 17 wins coming under the Bellator marquee. He went into Bellator 263 as Bellator's version of John Jones, as Bellator's version of Israel. That sort of star power. That's what AJ McKee went in there with, and second generation. And you can't discredit his father, Antonio McKee. It was a beautiful performance. The head kick, dropping Patricio Pitbull into the choke. You couldn't really ask for a better ending. You know what I'm saying, to that fight. And now AJ McKee's talked about cross promotional, and his Bellator contract is coming to an end. So you kind of think, will the UFC sweep him up? And bro, I think they will, man. I think the UFC would be dumb not to. That would propel their featherweight division to, bro. Their featherweight division, the UFC's featherweight division is probably their most stacked right now. Well, you got bantamweight, you got lightweight, but also, of course, one of the most stacked, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's one of the 3 most stacked divisions that you got out there here in the UFC right now. And I think with the featherweights, you got Max Holloway, and Max Holloway is going up with Yair Rodriguez in November. Then you got Zabit, and nobody knows when Zabit or if Zabit's going to come back. Then you got Brian Ortega who's fighting Alexander Volkanovski. Then you got guys like Josh Emmett, Calvin Kattar. You got guys like Darren Elkins. You got guys like man, who else that featherweight, man, that I'm missing out? Probably missing out so many other guys. Have a look, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably missing out quite a few, folks. After this though, yeah, we've got to do the particulars, because we got to get Tom Crosby on the show. Yeah, featherweight, yeah, folks. Yeah, look at that. You got Korean Zombie. You got Calvin Kattar. You got Arnold Allen at number 6. Yeah, Josh Emmett at number 7. Dan Ige number 8. Edson Barboza number 9. Edson Barboza will take on Giga Chikadze, by the way. Yeah, so that fight is. You want to talk about fucking kicks blazing, and definitely highlight reel making shit right there. That is the fight right there to watch. Edson Barboza, Giga Chikadze. You got Shane Burgos, your Alex Caceres, Ilya Topuria, you got Mozart Ivolev, Sadiq Yusuf. Bro, that is a stacked card. Imagine adding AJ McKee to that rank, bro. Yeah. Oh my god. It's gonna shake up. It would shake up the top four. It would even shake up whoever champ is at that time. This is some real. Uh, this is where I guess MMA politics kind of comes into it a lot. Because where would you rather be? Would you be at Bellator, where you've spent all your pro career at Bellator, you're dominant, you're undefeated, or would you go to the UFC, test yourself against the best of the best? Would you, prove that not only are you the best, if you say you are the best in the world, yeah, why don't you go to the biggest promotion in the world and prove that you're the best in the world, bro? This is one of those things that if he plays his cards right, I think AJ McKee could be a big deal in mixed martial arts. You already got John Jones at light heavyweight. You got Israel Adesanya at middleweight. Kamaru Usman at welterweight. You got featherweight. You got Max Holloway, Brian Ortega, Alex Volkanovski. Bantamweight. Your Aljo Sterling, Peter Yan. So there are so many stars right now. The UFC is filled with that star power. And that's why it's such a superior promote. It's the best promotion to watch. That star power that fighters create for themselves, either on social media, in the octagon with their fists, winning championships, their accomplishments, resume. That's what brings attention. That's what AJ McKee wants. I think he seems like that type of fighter to really come into a promotion and focus on accomplishing shit. He wants to accomplish. He wants to build a legacy, and that's exactly what he's gonna do, man. That's 100% facts. Folks, we're gonna do particulars right now. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, if you go anywhere, I will not be your friend anymore. What's going on, late? Yo, welcome back, man. So, folks, of course, tonight, and if you're just joining me tonight, yeah, folks, we're back on the air after a couple of weeks off due to some technical issues. So tonight, folks, I'm glad to be back. It feels great. The passion's there. It's always there. You know what I'm saying? This is the revolution where shit is gonna go down, and it's really the future of MMA social media. MMA Reloaded right here, folks. Tonight, folks, I continue my countdown to Cage Steel 26 for the fans, getting you guys to know the competitors, the fighters who will be fighting in the orange and black octagon and orange cage Steel 26. 1 second here, folks. Yeah, folks, I'm continuing the countdown to Cage Steel 26, 3 weeks away. And folks, tonight, of course, I have to sit with this guy, man. He rematches Sean Lomas, Cage Steel 26, August 21st. He is Tom the Viking Crosby, one of the UK's most battle-tested competitors on the scene right now. So, folks, this is, this is going to be a great show. It's always a pleasure talking to Tom. Getting to know a fighter's mindset heading into something like a rematch is always interesting because you never know how they're settled, if they're settled, and you really never know, how they're preparing and if they're doing what they're doing differently, if they're doing anything differently, what they're doing differently compared to when compared to when he faced Sean Lomas the last time in relation to Tom, so folks, I can't wait for this one. It's gonna be a great show. We're counting down to Cage Steel 26. It's always a pleasure to be an affiliate of Cage Steel, and hopefully, I can continue to work with Cage Steel and build my reputation up. So it leads to bigger and better things, definitely. But in terms of with Cage Steel, of course, my actual thing, folks, here, don't tell no one. But MMA Reloaded needs to get on the desk, on the commentary desk, yeah, play by play. That's what I need to do. Alright, and that is how real this is right now. Yeah, that desk, bro. Yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. MMA Reloaded calling that play by play, man. Come on, man. Anyone that knows how real I am, yeah, knows that I should be on a commentary booth. Also, folks, yeah, if you're tuned into PFL, folks, and you're following PFL 2021 this season, don't fret. Stay tuned to MMA Reloaded on Instagram, folks. I will be posting up the playoffs. Of course, they will be kicking the playoffs off on the 7th of August here, folks. Or PFL with the featherweights. So that's going to be something to watch, folks. Here, so you've got the top 4 from the regular season competing in the playoffs. And it's not the top 4 that people are expecting from every division is bringing a surprise, man. So, folks, we're here with Tom Crosby, the Viking. Stay tuned into this one, man. There he is. Hey, Tom. Hello, Tom.
Hello, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, mate. Yeah, you're right. Oh man, there's some network issues. One sec.
Hello?
1 second, Tom. Yeah, I can't I think the video is actually frozen. Let me try this. There you go. There you go. That's a lot better. Turn it off.
I'm
Yeah, there you go, Tom. How you doing, Tom?
Yo.
You alright, mate?
Yeah, just got in.
Yeah, I'm sorry
busy.
if I've sort of been like a thorn in the pain in your ass, mate. But man, I just wanted to, of course, catch up with you heading into heading into K Steel 26.
Yeah,
And
man.
of course to see how things are going. It's been a while since we spoke. Um, of course, it's last time was April the 10th. So no, mate. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry if I've disturbed you at all, mate, but
No, all good. Just busy training. I've got full-time training, got coaching as well, flying about here and everywhere, plus my family and stuff. So I've just
yeah.
literally got in now, straight upstairs, straight here. So it's all good.
Thank you, thank you, man.
Busy lifestyle, mate. Busy non-stop.
It is. No, I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. I know how it is. So I know, mate. Of course, you're 3 weeks away now. And you're rematching Sean Lomas from K
Yeah,
Steel 25, which the last time out you drew.
yeah,
In many fans' eyes, you actually won that fight.
yeah.
Heading into K Steel 26, mate. Of course, August 21st. How are you feeling going into this one, physically and mentally so far?
No, I just can't wait to get back in there competing again. It's what I live for.
Yeah.
Um, Still a bit peeved off about the draw, but it is what it is. I can't let it go to the hands of the judges next time round. That's it.
Yeah. No, I mean, did you after K Steel 25? What were you thinking? Were you thinking the fact that was there a sense of frustration setting in on you, and was there the fact that you knew you should have won it, but instead it was a draw? How did that play on your mind after that fight?
Well, you could probably see when it was announced the confusion on my face. You know,
Yeah.
and then in my head I was thinking, how on earth is that a draw? Um, so straight away I went to judges, found out that I knew I lost round two. I knew that, and I knew I won round one, and I thought in my head I'd won round three. So I'm thinking, how on earth does it work out a draw? I'm figuring, so I just had to go to judges and ask for some feedback. And two judges said round three was a 10-10.
Mhm.
And then the other judge gave it to me. So it was a majority draw,
Mhm.
not a unanimous draw.
All right.
And
No.
that was it.
I mean, if fans go watch it back, they can see that round three, that control time that you had, that's what did it for you. That's what really people would have swayed that decision over to you with. That was the overall control time that you had on the mat.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking in
Um,
my head. So,
yeah. But during the fight, tough, of course, there's adrenaline pumping on you. There's everything else going on around you. You're round by round. You're going one on one. Does those? Are you actually thinking about if you won round one, round two, round three during the fight as a fighter? Does that still go through a fighter's head?
well, after round one, I clearly knew I won that and I felt great. And then it's not like I'm thinking, right, I've won that round, I've lost that round. It's just round by round, right? Yeah, I've done it. I've got that round. But in my head, I still want to finish. I'm still looking for it.
Yeah.
And then in round two, I go for summer, and he managed to catch my leg, take me down, and then all that round, I'm playing catch up basically. He had the control over me then in round two from a mistake I made. And then I knew in round three in my head it was quite evens on the feet, and then we ended up on the floor, and I had the control on the floor. So I thought, yep, that's I've done enough there. That's my round. So ended up a draw. This time round, like I just said before, I can't leave it to the hands of the judges.
No, definitely, 100%. And then training for K Steel 26, of course. The fans are back. Don't cost the dome. How
Yeah.
does that feel to you to have the fans back in the arena?
Oh, I can't wait. Can't wait to have them because usually I get the Viking clap and what have you. You know, it's a good feeling. You know, get the crowd behind you and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait for that.
I'm glad, of course,
And then it's
20.
seeing all my family and friends and supporters straight afterwards. You know, it's a great feeling. Where before it's just like there were no, you know, there's only my coach and my teammates there, which is also good. You know, but you want your family, you want your closest, your loved ones, you want to see them straight away after your fight. You know, and you know you want to. That's what you want to do. You want to see them, and so I can't wait for that. To be honest, yeah.
100,
And it'll be the
100.
first live show that my daughter's coming to as well.
No
You know,
way.
they're getting a little bit older now, so they're able to come along. So
Okay, no, that's brilliant, man. No, I'm glad. Um, of course, that's got to give you that extra sort of motivation. It's
extra
got to make you
boost.
a bit, a bit more happy, a bit more of a push. Coming
Yeah,
in and
definitely.
knowing your family's going to be in attendance. How how does that make you feel? How proud does that make you feel knowing that your daughter's going to be there to see daddy fight?
Yeah, well, when I got home last time, my wife showed me videos of the children supporting me, and that I thought that's great. So I can't wait for them to be there live. You
Yeah,
know, yeah,
it
just
should be great.
excitement, really. You know, I just can't wait. Yeah.
It should be great, man. And of course, training camp coming in for this. Of course, you're still technically in training camp. We're still 3 weeks up. But
Yeah, yeah.
so far during training camp, Tom, has have you changed anything? So sort of in your routine, have you sort of done anything different compared to what you did in April or what you did in Sweden? Have you changed anything up?
I've just got because of the lockdown and stuff previously. I've had more access to different classes and stuff. So you know, like training through the days being quite similar, and then you know more class based stuff. You know, as it's been more available as time's gone by. So that's only really different tweak. Yeah, I've just got more access to different training.
So nothing really in your routine has changed, as in you haven't really done or focused more on one aspect rather than others coming into this fight.
No, no, no. Just
No,
go to what I
no,
do, my regular routine,
yeah.
Monday through Friday training and what have you. Then Friday night usually go to caravan. Get up on a Saturday, go training at the gym over in York. Come back home
Okay.
Sunday, ready for the fresh start Monday, and repeat.
The week must be. I can't imagine that week. The week must be so hectic. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, and you know, do you feel that it is beneficial for a fighter to keep a routine the way they the same and the way they know how to do it, or do you feel that sometimes and after fights, especially after losses, do you feel that it may be beneficial to mix up a routine every now and then?
yeah. So you know, ever since I started this sport, everything's by trial and error. You know, so you do some things might not work for you. You change it around, and then you carry on doing stuff. So it's only now I'm at the stage I make minor tweaks to my training regime and go from there, and you know, see what happens. But
And
yeah, I like to be in a routine. Stops
oh
me
yeah,
being lazy, keeps me in check. You know,
yeah.
so I like routine. I like structure.
So see, and having said that, you say you're coming into training after a fight, and you're not, are you the type of fighter to sort of watch that fight back in training and sort of say to Danny Mitchell that what, I wasn't happy with what I did in that fight. Can we train a bit more on that aspect? Is that something you would do, Tom?
I watch my fights back a couple of times, and then Danny will, he'll give me feedback and say, right, we need to work on this, and then we'll just adapt in training in classes. We'll just adapt there and then, and work on what we need to work on.
Yeah. Of course, you had a lot of ground exchanges against Sean Lomas, and that's what really um, swayed the judges, I think, And then, are you working on, if it goes to the ground again, are you prepared for a lot more in terms of transitions and exchanges going into this fight? Do you think that, it won't be as touch and go as it was in the first one?
Yeah, I'm just getting prepared in all aspects, wrestling, striking, and grappling. And I'm prepared for wherever it goes. I'll be the more dominant fighter, most definitely.
Oh yeah, and after KCO 25, you went to Sweden.
Yeah,
You fought Hakan Foss for the superior welterweight championship. I was gonna ask because of course you competed in Sweden before. I was gonna ask, what did prompt that decision to go and compete in Sweden for the welterweight title? Was it something that you wanted to do after the draw, and you wanted to sort of try to come back strong?
it's just an opportunity that fell in front of me. So I thought, right, yeah, let's have a crack. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for me, but I felt great in that fight. We're only a small, short camp. I only got like 2 hard weeks, and then we were off. But in that short space of time, I did train hard, and I went over, tried my best. And I got clipped. When I when it happened, I thought, I did the small things right. I knew he switched stance after I got his leg a couple of times, and I knew he was going to go for the high kick. I was circling away, but just sometimes even the hands not enough to block the med kicks. He
That happened.
caught me, wobbled me, I went down, and then he hit me with a good shot when I hit the ground, and then I just couldn't react quick enough, to survive really, and then ref jumped in, and it was a fair call.
Yeah, no, definitely. It does happen. It happens to the best fighters. It happens to every fighter out there. So there's nothing to be ashamed of, really. You did exactly what you said. All you could do is do your best, mate. And go in there, train hard. You've done the work. And it's just really going in there and putting it all together. And if you lose, there's really no shame in that. And knowing that you worked to come in for this.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not. I'm obviously a bit upset that I lost. The title fight on that, big opportunity, big fight. Obviously, I'm going to be a little bit upset, but I'm more peeved off at the fact that I won the last fight, but it ended up a draw against Sean Lomas. I'm still more peeved off at that
No, yeah,
than I
100%.
am the actual loss.
Yeah, no, of course you would be, because that's the one thing that always, it's one thing that always going to play on your mind, because you're still going to be befuddled, and especially in a rematch coming in against the same guy, you're like, okay, no, I'm watching the fight back, and I won that fight. Why am I rematching this guy?
Yeah,
it is one of those. It is though one of those things. It's a fact that if you cut it that close, that it's only fitting to do round 4, round 5, round 6. And it's just a game, really. Um,
yeah.
when fought after you fought Hakan Foss, and of course that was straight after Sean Lomas. What was going through your mind mentally? What lessons did you sort of take away from that? Both fight wise and mentally.
Um, well, again, because I got clipped, I went out of spar for a month. I just wanted to get back at home, gym training. I were healthy. I got rocked, but I won't concussed or anything. But
Yeah.
yeah, you got to look after your brain. So I had to take a month off, no hard training, no sparring. Just doing ticking over really. Where I wanted just to get back in gym and get back training, and I wanted the next opportunity that came along. But unfortunately, because I got clipped, I had to take a step back for a month, and then nothing else has come about. So apart from cage steel, see me, I just like to be as active as I can. Just keep getting in there, keep having do. I think that's basically from like my rugby background because I used to just play every weekend.
Hundred
So like
percent.
me, I like to be competing as much as I can. And I've not competed since back end of May. I'm just dying, itching to get back in there, and
Yeah, I mean, it must be,
that's it.
it must be in your, you must be all the adrenaline and all the blood must be all pumping out. And like you said,
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
from the rugby days, that competitiveness, it's got to be there, right? Something a bit of savagery as well.
That's it. Yeah,
Going yeah, I mean, people were always hyping up that fight between you and Sean because you got two experienced competitors in there. Of course, different levels of experience. You got his experience in terms of record and fights, but you got your
yeah,
experience in terms of your record and your fights. Of course, you're not as much of a. I don't want to use the word journeyman, but looking at his record, of course, people think, I cool, he's fought like 100 times. Yeah, he's probably got tons of miles on him, but his experience is probably going to be Tom's experience. Is that something that played on your mind and is playing on your mind still? Um is that is that experience factor?
no, no. I just at the end of the day, it's just another human being, and we're both competing against each other. I don't look at
Yeah.
that. Just get in there. We'll both do his thing, and that's it. That's all I'm really thinking regarding that. Yeah,
Mm. And when you look at K Steel 26, and I look at it as sort of a battle of the gyms. You got so many fighters from so many different gyms competing, and representing their teams. But ADT is always one that continues to be the backbone of K Steel events because you
yeah,
got so many great fighters coming in, and you got so many great teammates competing on that event as well. In August 21st, you got yourself, you got Stafford Swinston, you got Adam Bramhold, Robbie Kennedy, Jack Holt. Are you how does that make you feel knowing that you have your teammates there competing at on in August 21st as well? That's got to really make you push your game up hard, and of course having those guys
yeah, yeah.
train is
I
it's
think I
got to
think it's good when we're all on fighting on the same kind of date because
yeah,
like when you get to training, it's going to be a good vibe. You see the regular faces. We're all in. We're all training hard. We're all pushing one another. So it's always good when you've got quite a few guys fighting on the same show. Sometimes there could be a fight and there's only, you're only fighting that on that specific date, and everyone else has already fought. And sometimes gym could be a little bit quieter than usual, and stuff like that. But it's always a good vibe, always a good atmosphere when we're all fighting on the same show and we're all aiming for that same date. So it's a good buzz, good buzz in the gym.
And how important is it to have that gym environment, to have a gym environment like ADT, where it's like a family environment? You have that rapport with your coaches, with Danny Mitchell.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have that relationship with your teammates. How important is it to have that environment in the gym where you can take advice from them, they can take advice from you. You guys can sort of it's exactly what you said when you're fighting on the same sort of night. It's a lot better. How important is that for you to have that environment?
Oh yeah, it's very important. I love it. Like I said, the vibe's great. There's a lot of positive attitudes. One another, we're all helping one another. Because like I said just before, we're all aiming for that same date, and when it can be mixed up a little bit, it's sometimes you can't get that same kind of environment, when some fighters are only ticking over and not like going for it, So I think it is important, and again, it's even though it's a fight game, it makes your training a bit more relaxed in a weird kind of way, if you get me.
Yeah.
So in your head, you go into training, everybody else is up for it. We'll get in there, we'll get it done. Yeah,
No, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's got to play that. That's just the way it is, having guys like that with you. It makes you feel 100 times better, physically and of course
Yeah.
mentally. Yeah, man. And just like you said, they're in the same boat. And it sort of makes you raise your game up that much harder as well, right? Um,
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
for a fighter, Tom, in terms of gym loyalty and in terms of having that gym where you can just stick with, and you can sort of rely on and have faith in that heading into fights, they're gonna prepare you and they're gonna train you, um, you know, fucking brilliantly, going into a fight. How important is it for a fighter to have gym loyalty and to be loyal to to gym like you are to AVT, or you know um is it would you say it's right for a fighter to go to and hop to different gyms, maybe if they're not getting training, maybe they want it at one gym and they need to hop over?
Like with me, my gym and my team's AVT, but sometimes I'll venture out and I'll go to other gyms to get some training in while I've got the chance, because I don't always have the opportunity to do so.
Yeah.
So as long as you stick with your team and you're loyal, it's more. We tell fighters, yeah, you can go train at that gym. We don't want you just to train at AVT. You know what I mean? So you can go to different gyms and get some different training in, go to another jiu-jitsu gym, get some different bodies in. At the end of the day, I think it's good for growth, so we work with other gyms as well, and we'll welcome other gyms, and they'll welcome us, and work in like partnership for training and for fighters. It's not like you train at ABT and that's it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I think it's good. Like I said, going to different gyms, it's good for your growth. You know, but you do need that solid base. You need that foundation, because when it comes to fight night, you need your team behind you. You know what I mean? So if you haven't done anything at that specific gym, you're not going to have your team supporting you because they've not seen you training. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Especially during fight camp. Is it important to stick with one one gym? Like say you're 4 weeks out of the fight, and like you said, you need a team behind you. Is it important though to when you're doing training camp to do it at one gym, because you know that coach knows you and knows what you're about and knows your style and knows your mentality and your mindset going in. Is that something that fighters should do, is stick with one going into fights?
You got to, like I said, you've got to find what suits you and what you need to work on, and stuff, and your schedule. It all depends on schedule. Some fighters still work, and they have to get their training around their shift patterns and stuff. So you can't
Yeah.
always be cemented to the one gym. You might have to go somewhere else to get some pad works in, because you can't make a specific class at a specific gym. So you can't just say you come into AVT, that's it. You gotta do what works for you. But again, you got to keep that loyalty with your gym and your team. You know,
And,
as long as you're up front with the coaches and you're telling them your situation and stuff like that, there's not usually a problem. As long as you're getting the hard training in. You know what I mean? So
yeah, no, for
that's my
for
views
for
on
sure.
that.
for, great news. And then Tom, as it winds down and you count back down to 3 weeks. shit, I mean, 3 weeks goes just like that. You know, you blink your damn eyes and it'll
I
already
know,
be
yeah.
the end of round 2. You know, but you know, you know when you're in a rematch, all the time, yeah. For of course,
Yeah,
for some, you know, I love your mentality because, in my opinion, that's coming from years of competing. You know, that the fact that I don't care what his experience is, yeah, I'm coming
yeah,
in and he's just another bloke, yeah, with
yeah,
skin and pants on like me, you know.
yeah.
Um, that mentality, Tom, you know, does that come with experience? Do you think, you know, a fighter needs to have you know, certain experiences in mixed martial arts or in their sport, competing, to have that mentality of not feeling any pressure going into a rematch, especially if that first fight was a loss or draw?
Yeah. I'm not feeling any pressure or anything. You know what I mean? I just take each fight as it comes. I think the mentality has come from my amateur days because when I was amateur, I'd get in as often as I could, fight anybody. When my first year, I was fighting blokes that I've been training years, and I'd only been training months. You know, so I think it's kind of from my amateur days, just getting in there and because at the end of the day, like I said, it's just another human being. You know, so I think that's where that mentality comes in with the pressure wise, especially for this one. Yeah.
No, yeah. That's that's going to be your. I mean, I love that, you know, and that's 90% of this game, and 10% is
Yeah.
going in there and doing the dance, really. Um, so Tom, no, I mean, it's I wish you all the best of luck going in. I wish you all the best of luck going into this rematch and going into the fight with Sean
Thank
Loman.
you very
And
much.
for the rest of the training camp, I'll be there watching live and
Yeah, man.
be there watching live. Hopefully, see you in person. Um,
Yeah, it'd be good to
so
see you there. Yeah, definitely.
no, definitely, mate. No, I want to thank you also for coming on the show, mate. I know we've been planning it for a while, and I had some issues with my social media, so I'm uh, I'm glad we did this, mate. No, thank you so much. So,
No, very welcome. Thank you for having me.
no, thank you, mate. Always a pleasure.
Nice one.